Hey everybody. I wanted to create a video just to kind of say hello, introduce kind of what's brought me to Beautycounter, my journey to Beautycounter. I know a lot of you that are in this group are probably thinking, goodness, Lizzie does flowers. She's a floral designer. She owns Little Blue Knot. Like, what's going on? What is this group? What's Beautycounter? So I've been on this journey with Beautycounter for a while, but I've been on the journey as far as a business for a little over a month, so not long at all. It's been already so life-changing and amazing, but I'm still a floral designer. I still have my baby, which is Little Blue Knot. This is just a new part of my journey, and you guys know me. You know I'm kind of, I operate in a space of faith. I'm a serial leaper. I know an opportunity when I see one, and so that's kind of the business side of it. I have been using Beautycounter products for a while. So let's start with, right, like, what is Beautycounter? Beautycounter is a B corporation. It is a company that makes personal care and cosmetic products, and they make them at a higher standard than any other company in the United States. They have a couple things going on. So the founder and CEO, named Greg Renfrew, founded Beautycounter out of really just being home with their babies, and kind of watched a documentary and became aware of kind of some things that she wasn't before about the personal care industry and environmental impact and health impact. So the personal care industry is virtually unregulated in the United States. For example, the European Union. Really, truly, this is kind of an American uniqueness, right? So, like in the European Union, there's over 14,000 chemicals banned in the personal care industry. In United States, the last time that a law was passed in the personal care industry, in the cosmetic industry, was in 1938. We're talking about an $80 billion, upwards of $80 billion and growing rapidly industry that is virtually unregulated, that directly affects your health, right? There's all kind of evidence to that. We know about this now being prevalent in our food industry. We know about this being in our cleaning products. What on God's green earth would make you think that what you're putting on your skin, your largest organ of your body, also, a surface that it only takes 26 seconds for the chemicals and the products that you're using on your skin to absorb into your bloodstream. And so why would we not think that that would have a huge impact on our health and our bodies? It's not just what we're putting into our bodies, it's also what we're putting on them. And so this is, again, an industry that's virtually unregulated. And that is what drove her to start Beautycounter. She wanted to create a company that was going to have high performing, effective products, competitive products that do it a different way, that put the safety of the consumer first. So, big challenge, right? Because there's nobody is held to a standard of having to even test a product for human health before it goes onto a shelf. The FDA does not have to review a product before you put it on your body, before it goes to a shelf. They don't have to do any research in regards to that product and its relation to human health and safety. So that means that there's a whole lot of missing data because no one's required to do the research. So there's a whole lot of data there that doesn't exist readily on a lot of ingredients. There's a whole lot of things we do know, right? Formaldehyde, not good for you. Probably not good for it to be on your skin and absorb through your skin in your body. But there's all these chemicals, right? So there's like over 80,000 new chemicals have come onto the market since that original, the latest law was passed, which was in 1938. So that's a lot of chemicals. So she knew she was going to have a lot of work hitting the ground running as far as making sure that they were testing and running safety test themselves. So they created what we call the never list, and that is a list that's comprised of over 1,500 ingredients that Beautycounter has banned and they will never use when creating a product and selling it to the consumer. They will absolutely never do that. And the other part is the advocacy part. So along with the fact that we're also an education company, so we're super passionate about educating people on all of this information that's just not known. And so part of that is that we want to educate you. We want to make change. So Beautycounter's been the leader in fighting and lobbying in Congress to get the Personal Care Act passed. You've probably finally heard maybe some more mainstream news on that. We've been in the news a lot lately too on Good Morning America and things like that. Greg Renfrew has, but of all people, a Kardashian has even, joined the fight, which is great. But we've been the leader in that for several years. We are only a couple years old. We're I think at the 5-year mark. And so we're direct sales company. So we do have but there's a multi-channel platform. So anybody can go to Beautycounter and shop Beautycounter. You can also have the option of having a personal consultant that you shop through, like me. So our value is in that we can let you try and sample products. We can color match you. We can guide you to those, to the things that might be best for you, depending on what you're looking for and some of the issues you may be having with your skin. And we educate. That's our main focus. We want to have discussions and dialogues with you about things that you don't realize and that you may not know. I mean, because here's the thing, right? Everyone wants to probably be doing better. Nobody wants to be putting harmful things on their own body or on their children. And so this is about just highlighting those issues, bringing it to the forefront in all of our community networks and the people that we care about and the people that we know, and just push that mission forward. So that's our ultimate goal, is this movement to get that mission forward, and let's get safer standards across the board for everybody. We have a saying that's Beautycounter's mission is to get safer products into the hands of everyone, and don't confuse that with Beautycounter's mission is to get Beautycounter or nothing else into the hands of everyone, because it's a mission that is across the board to get those laws passed and that change for all the mamas, for all people, because there should be safety and transparency for everyone. You should know what's in the products that you're putting on your skin. And it's a human health issue. You need access to that. You need the knowledge of that, and you deserve that right as a consumer to have access to that knowledge. And we just are providing a solution through some products that we can get behind and know that are really high performing. But the goal here is that of everyone of any income, any background, right, has access to those safer products. So whatever price point you're shopping, Johnson & Johnson needs to be held to the same standard that the higher end, more luxury products, which oftentimes, that's what we're dealing with. Same thing in the food industry. If you can afford better, you do better. And for those that can't, you're just eating things that are terrible for you. For those that can't, you're just putting horrible chemicals on your body or your baby. And that's not right. That is absolutely not right. So our biggest goal here is to get safer products out there for everybody and to get a standard bar set that everybody needs to be meeting. So that's Beautycounter in a nutshell. We are a band of people that are together, lots of women, a couple men, that are on a mission and super passionate about it. And again, the thing here is that we have a solution to offer, and that's what we're doing. We believe in our products. We can stand behind them. We know they're some of the most high performing and some of the safest products out there. But if you don't choose Beautycounter, we want you to listen. We want you to pay attention. We want you to be reading labels. We want you to, call your congressman. So that's Beautycounter. My path to Beautycounter is really one out of just having been introduced to it, using some of the products, falling in love with the products. And then, guys, like I've said before, I'm an entrepreneur. My husband and I had a life schedule that was getting really crazy. I have a successful business that I've built myself from the ground up, and we were having discussion. I also had a brick and mortar, and we want to grow our family, and something had to give. My line of work with Little Blue Knot is that I'm away a lot on the weekends. It's a floral design event business. So when you have an event, that takes you out pretty much for the whole week. You're prepping, you're making, you're working, and then you're installing at the event and breaking down. And it gets really hectic and really hard on me because I also am, I am absolutely a stay-at-home mom with my kids. I'm hands-on. I'm going to be as much as I can. And I'm going to hold true to that. I'm not going to compromise that. So we were discussing, what ball is going to come out of the air. And through a lot of discussion, a lot of prayer, we decided to close the brick and mortar store, which was hard, but it was just one of the balls had to come down, and we prayed about it a lot, and we're going to transform the business to an e-commerce platform, which just makes more sense. So that happened before, joining Beautycounter as a business was even on my horizon. And I have to tell you, I was making an order, and I said, it just hit me like lightning. You know what? I'm so passionate about this whole subject matter anyway. Like, I love clean beauty. I'm a product junkie. I love, fashion and all of that. And so, like, this is totally something that I love to talk to people about. And really, honestly, it just snowballed from there. One discussion with who's now my mentor, but who I was purchasing through, and just kind of curiosity, and it just snowballed. I talked to my husband about it. I joined like in the next couple of days, and then in my first month, I double promoted, and it's just been growing from there. And never in a million years would this be something that I thought I was doing. But do you know what? Also, never in a million years did I think that I would be doing something like LBK. I was an art school graduate. I was in master's program for fine art. It didn't have anything to do with flowers. So I totally am, like I said, a serial leaper, and operate in faith. And I swear, I just kind of was like, I couldn't get it out of my head. I was like, I want to be a part of this. This company's got so much momentum behind it right now. I want to be a part of something that I'm so passionate about, which is truly like for all the mamas, to be able to have, safety in their home and safety in the choices that they're choosing to put on their skin, and just access to that information. So I just did it. And so that's where we are, like this is now something, a part of my life. It's a big part of my life. And I'm excited to see where it goes. But yeah, that if you're new here, that's kind of the small and the long, probably a lot longer than I expected to keep you guys on, and short of it. I'm going to be going a little bit more in depth as we get to know each other, but that's what this group is about. That's what the company is about, and that's my journey towards becoming partnering with Beautycounter and their mission. So thank you guys for being here. And if you have any questions, if you are curious yourself, message me. But thank you again for being here, and I can't wait to see where this goes.